Woman tried to get me fired from a job I don't have, by user hopeful_cry917. It started off as a semi-understandable mistake. I was with a friend dropping off her kids at daycare. I was carrying her youngest, who kept calling me Miss J, as that's what she has been taught to call me. I handed her off to her daycare teacher and turned to walk out when a woman who had been behind me tried to hand me her kid. I just ignored her because I was half asleep and focused on other things, so she snapped her fingers at me and told me to hurry up and that she was late for work. It clicked that she thought I worked there. I told her I don't work here, but I think she can help you, and pointed at one of the people who did work there. This woman rolled her eyes and said, it takes 2 seconds to take my kid. I don't care if you are clocked in or not, do your damn job. I replied with, I don't work here, and turned to walk away. The lady then stomped off and I went outside to wait on my friend. My friend came out a few moments later laughing and said, you are fired to me. I asked what she was talking about, and she said that after I walked out, the lady who had been trying to get me to take her kid saw my friend and told her that I was extremely unprofessional and refused to do my job. She then demanded my friend, who also doesn't work at the daycare, fire me or else. After thinking about it, I realized that my friend's child calling me miss made it clear to anyone listening that I wasn't dropping off my kid. Between that and the fact that I was dressed very similar to most of the workers, I can understand thinking I work there. Until I said I don't. I don't know why she thought my friend in her pajama bottoms and oversized sweater worked there though. I also don't get the entitlement of fire this person or else. I still don't work here, by user Casquak1990. Literally just said this out loud as I was scrolling Reddit and waiting in line at the bank. A woman was waiting in front of me, almost comically impatient, shifting her weight, tapping her foot, sighing, etc., and turned to me. Her, do they have an ATM? Me, looks around. Oh, I have no idea. I don't see one. Goes back to scrolling. Her, well, is it inside or outside? Me, I still don't know. I don't work here. Her sarcastically, well, don't you bank here? Me, not usually, no. She was quiet for a minute before trying to ask me a question about opening her account. Thankfully one of the bank employees helped her pretty quick after that, but it was such a weird interaction. I want to speak to your supervisor, by user albatwich_sisk. Back in the 90s we had to change our home phone number after someone started harassing my family. The number we were given, unbeknownst to us, was the local number for a large, failing, and ultimately bankrupted, mortgage company. On the regular, we started getting disgruntled customers demanding to know why money wasn't credited to their account. Seems there was some funny stuff happening that may have accelerated their issues. Most people were fairly polite, some asked if we had the correct number, but one woman just wouldn't accept that we were not her mortgage company. After hanging up on my father in disgust, she called back. After the third time reaching the same guy, this lady was even more sure he was a lazy employee who had to be taught a lesson. She demanded to speak to his supervisor. My father politely asked her to please hold on a moment so he could ask his wife to stop making dinner and come to the phone. My mom, confused, took the phone, expecting he was playing a joke. Apparently that was when it finally clicked, because she hung up and stopped calling, until the next week. Never could figure out what elaborate scheme she thought we had going, but when my 12-year-old self answered in my high-pitched, clearly a tween girl's voice, she was still convinced I was part of the plot to steal her money. Of course I come to work in a skirt, by user Jimin95 Machi. I was at the movie theater last week on a date with my boyfriend. I wore a floral skirt and a baggy leather jacket. Two 17-19-ish-year-olds come up to me, asking if I work there. I assumed it was because I was leaning against the reception desk, with no one there. I was busy on my phone waiting for my boyfriend to come back from the bathroom. I shake my hand and head, trying not to look at them. I said, no, I don't work here. The boy and girl continue to stare at me, and the boy goes, do you know where we can buy our tickets? I sigh and look up at them. I know exactly where, but I say no, I don't know. Still staring at me. I gestured to about 15 feet away. Maybe a kiosk. They continue to stand there and he asks me, can you show us where? And I said no. They eventually walked away after hovering about a foot away from me, still staring, for at least 30 seconds. Edit, for the peeps who say I'm rude, there are 3, rather large kiosks in the lobby for purchasing tickets. Also, I'm on a date, I had a day off from my job to enjoy seeing a movie, I'm not bothering to help people that I owe nothing to. I'm not the dancer, by user GoddessOfViking86. I was at a friend's sister's bachelorette party and we went to a strip club that had both men and women dancers. I went to use the ladies' room and upon exiting a woman approached me wicked drunk and said, "Where have you been?" I responded I didn't know what she was talking about and she said, "My lesbian friend ordered a butch dancer and you're late." I told her, "I don't work here, I'm with a bachelorette party for a friend." The woman kept bugging me, refusing to try to let me get by her. I get where she got me confused for a butch because I bodybuild, but though I'm bisexual I'm no butch. It took till the manager got called and had to separate the woman from me.